So this is a simple fact, which I've been saying, that the truth of your experience only lives in the moment. Authenticity only lives in the moment. You cannot be authentic in the past and you cannot be authentic in the future because both of those are projections. So the question becomes, are you willing to own the truth of your experience in the moment that you're in? Are you willing to notice, is this authentic for me in the here and now? Yes or no? And own it, right? The next component is you own it. That's the hardest part for everybody because we know what our truth is and then we try to mask it and we try to tell stories about it. So you can only hear the truth of your experience through the body. So this is too short a, exploration for us to delve into what is the body. But in my line of work and in what I've discovered to be true for me, and science confirms this, is that the body is a quantum biological processor. So we're not Newtonian beings, right? We're not like the physical body. Everything precedes energy. Everything physical is preceded from energy. And energy is quantum by its very nature, which means that it's both a particle and a wave. So how does that apply to your body? When you have a thought, whether that's a habituated thought or whether that's a new thought, in the nanosecond that you inhale that thought and you let it percolate through your body, you create either a reality, so you create a particle, or you allow that to be in flow and you don't create anything out of it. You just let it poof and disappears, and you allow it to be a wave. So the body is the device that processes energy. So whether that's energy, at the physical domain, like food, so you don't think about what your body is doing with food, you just eat it and then, you let the body process it. Or at the emotional space, so your body knows how to process emotions. What gets in the way is our intellect. It's our thinking about how it should be, and is this an appropriate one, and is this not an appropriate response? The body has no judgments, right? The body is designed, it's a very interesting word, but anyway, the body is designed to process information in flow. So the body knows exactly what to do with an emotion that, let's say, you call grief, or you call anxiety, or it doesn't really matter what you call it, but your body knows what to do with that. Just like it knows what to do with a banana. And your body also knows what to do with thoughts, right? So that's a form of energy. Your body knows how to process that because it's designed to digest and metabolize all information at all logical levels. What's required here of you, of your mindfulness, of your conscious presence, is a willingness to trust that what's presenting is exactly what's required. So let me repeat that because it's very, very important. Whatever is presenting in the moment, whether you hate it, whether it's causing you grief, whether you love it, it doesn't matter how you feel about it. What's presenting in the moment is the key. It's exactly what's required to be and to reclaim authenticity in the moment. It's exactly what's required to reveal to you the next layer of your evolution. In fact, it's the reason it's presenting. It's presenting to get your attention, to let you know, hey, pay attention. How you now decode the messages of that becomes imperative when you know what's actually being said to you, when you know the different things that are involved in the process of decoding information. And part of that is the nervous system. The nervous system is key. So most of us, unfortunately, for a plethora of reasons I won't get into, are conditioned to live in fight, flight, or freeze. So we're conditioned to live in that sympathetic nervous system response. We're constantly on edge. We're constantly unsure. We're constantly second guessing. We're constantly in the space of like tension because we don't know how to trust ourselves. We don't know how to trust our body. We don't know how to trust our minds because we weren't taught to live like that. And the process of parenting and the process of the culture taught us the opposite of that, unfortunately. So I could tell you a big, long story about that and patriarchy, but we won't get into that today. We can definitely get into it at another time. But there is a reason why that's happened. And the point is, are you willing to discover a different way to live for yourself? Because it's meaningful for you, because you want to expand, because you want to understand your mind, yourself, you want to own your mind, and you want to live a congruent life. That's a choice. So there is a process, there is a context, and it's perpetually in evolution, right? Like I am perpetually evolving. Why? Because there's always more. And part of what I've discovered is that the difference in, oh, I was talking about the nervous system. So most of us are living, I distract myself, in fight, flight, or freeze. But the alternative is when you begin to create internal space, when you begin to own the truth of your moment, when you begin to actually live deeply rooted in your body, what happens is you're activating your parasympathetic nervous response. So the rest and digest nervous system response, which is where we're meant to live, right? Like as human beings, we're meant to live in that space of calm, of peace, of serenity, of congruency, of validation of our inner knowing. And when you live in that space and you trust your body processes 3 trillion cellular interactions per second. That's a lot. So that's more stars than there are stars in the galaxy. So more cellular interactions in your body than there are stars in the galaxy. Than there are grains of sand on the planet. Our bodies are magical. And our intellect, which we've been taught to live from, to calibrate from, can process, are you ready for this? Plus or minus 7 interactions per second. So if I were a betting person, I'd bet on the body.